What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing the big Premier League game preview of Manchester City taking on Wolverhampton Wanderers at the Etihad Stadium. It's City taking on Wolves at the Etihad, Sunday 22nd of January 2023 with a 2 PM GMT kickoff time. The game isn't live on TV in the UK, so to the streams we go. But if you are going to the game, do have a great time. Be loud, be proud. I feel like the lads need the fans now more than ever, and that's why Pep's been making these comments. I don't think it's a dish at the Manchester City fans or wanting this or wanting that. I think he just realises that we're at a really important stage where motivation is key. And if the fans are up for it, the players will be up for it too. And we're at that nitty-gritty part of the season, middle of winter too. The fans need to be loud and proud, get behind the lads, and hopefully the lads will be able to respond to and get an important 3 points here for City in the Premier League. But before I do crack on with this preview, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. We've now passed 28,000 subscribers. Next aim, 30,000 subscribers, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Social media links, they're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. TikTok link also in the description if you want to go and follow me on there. Also, don't forget email in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Leave a thumbs up, 100 likes is the aim. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. And finally, this video is sponsored and brought to you by BetMate, who are sponsoring every single preview on the JSGC channel for Manchester City this season. This game, no different. £300 pot, £3 entry fee. If you use code JSGC10 on sign up, you will get £10 in free bets. Lovely jubbly. But you can go and join this pot for free using them free bets. So do remember, just use my link in the description to download the free BetMate app. BetMate's much like fantasy football, so if you're good at fantasy football, you will be good at BetMate. It's a special Premier League double header for this pot. City taking on Wolves, Leeds taking on Brentford. You can select up to 4 players from each side. The person that scores the highest will finish first, and they will win £90. The pot's worth £300. It's paying up to the top 30 places, so lots of opportunities to win and lots of fun to be had. I'm hoping, I think it's going to be a really fun pot because it could go any way, literally any way. So if you want to join the pot, the code is FF-Sun-2PM-2201. We'll speak more about BetMate later in the video. So, Wolves. I did a preview with the Talking Wolves channel. I'll leave the link to the video in the description if you want to go and check that out. They go into much more depth than I'm going to go into about Wolverhampton Wanderers. I give my thoughts on City too, so do go and check that out. The link is in the description. A big shout out to the Talking Wolves channel too for having me on and inviting me on. Much appreciated. So, Wolves currently struggling, 17 points from 19 games. They're lingering in 16th place, just 2 points clear of West Ham in 18th and in the drop zone. Wolves needing points, needing results. Looking at their form, won 3 games since the Premier League resumed in all competitions resumed too. They're out of the Carabao Cup, they're out of the FA Cup, and their only focus is on the league and staying in the Premier League. They've won 1 in their last 6 games in all competitions. They have drawn a lot, but 2 of the 4 draws recently have been in cups, so it's pretty hard to judge their Premier League form right now. January, there's lots of cup competitions going on. So City, we did, if you remember back to September, we beat Wolves at Molyneux by 3-0. It was helped by a sending off that day. Jack Grealish had a great game, if memory serves me right. I think Haaland got on the score sheet too. Wolves' backline was all over the place. The defensive line was way too high. They didn't sit tight enough to Manchester City. And City, clinical in front of goal, put their chances away and scored pretty early in the game too. Didn't help with the sending off for Wolves either, but all too easy and all too comfortable for City at Molyneux. However, this isn't the Manchester City from September who were in brilliant form at the time. This is a City side that's chasing Arsenal at the top of the Premier League. We have a chance here to close the gap to just 2 points before Arsenal play in the later game on Sunday against Manchester United at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal will also have a game in hand on Manchester City. City do still have to play Arsenal twice, so it is still all to play for. but City need wins, need points to get that pressure applied to Arsenal. So for Wolves, what can they do to help themselves? Well, I feel like if they want something from the Etihad, they're going to have to be very clinical in front of goal. City drew to Everton on New Year's Eve. Everton had one shot in the whole game. It was one on target. It was a cracking goal, and they took away a point from the game. And Wolves are going to need to do something similar. They're going to have to sit tight, defend really well, limit City's opportunities, and when opportunities come for them, and they will get opportunities, they need to go into the back of the net. So looking at their attack, I'm expecting Raul Jimenez to be starting up top. He's a decent finisher, decent Premier League striker. Give him space and he will score. I'm not sure if Adama's going to be starting in this game or if it's going to be Hwang, but if Adama does play, then he's got power, he's got pace, he's going to cause City problems like he always does. I'm wondering if it's going to be Ake or Cancelo going in on that left-hand side, and if Adama starts and he's on that right-hand side, then they're going to be in for a very busy afternoon. We need to cut off the service, try and keep Adama quiet if he does start. Another player, Daniel Podence, I like him. I think he's a good player. He knows where the back of the net is too. Wolves need to be getting these free attacking players involved as much as possible. If City can find a way to cut off the supply, I imagine Wolves will be attempting to sit tight, balls over the top, find space, set pieces, have a go, show no fear, and shoot on sight. If they end up doing that, then City need to be careful. They've got some good players in midfield: Joao Moutinho, Mateo Nunes, Ruben Neves. These are players who have all got a good pinger on them. They're capable of scoring from 25, 30, 35 yards out. So City need to limit the space and make sure they're defending in numbers and defending properly. Wolves might be sitting in 16th place, but they're a Premier League team who know what it takes to be able to win games, to grind games out, keep things nice and tight and keep things nice and close. All pressure on Manchester City, a little bit of pressure on Wolves because they're sitting down in 16th place. However, it's City. On paper, you're expecting to win this game and you'd be expecting City to be scoring a fair few goals. But the way City have been playing recently, who knows who's going to turn up, who's going to start, and how City are going to play. Makes life very unpredictable. Now, in terms of defence for Wolves, Semedo right back, Ait-Nouri started at left back, I reckon. Collins, he was sent off, Nathan Collins last time. I think he'll start alongside Kilman with Jose Sarr starting as their keeper. As I said, Hwang could be an option up top. They are led by Julian Lopetegui. I hope I've said his name correctly. I probably haven't, so apologies. But he was appointed back in November after Bruno Lage was sacked in October. Last time City took on Wolves, it was Bruno Lage that we took on. So a new manager here for Pep Guardiola to get used to. Now, for Manchester City, we did have back-to-back losses before a comeback win against Tottenham Hotspur on Thursday evening. Our form has been a little bit hit and miss. We've shown glimpses of quality. We've shown signs of creating nothing as well. We've had slow-moving passes, quick-moving passes, and it's all been a little bit unpredictable from Manchester City. And Pep's been looking for passion from the players. So players that are looking fired up and ready for the fight are the players that are going to be starting in this game. So we might not make that many changes from our win against Spurs. We came out second half fired up, and we need to have that same attitude here and desire from the off. If we do, then I'm confident we can win this game. However, it's Manchester City at home against a team we're expected to beat. Brentford, we lost. Everton, we drew. We went away to Southampton in the League Cup, we lost. City have been underestimating these teams. They struggle for rhythm, and if Wolves sit deep and hit City on the counter-attack and City cannot break Wolves open, then Manchester City could struggle in this game. And this stinks of a one shot on target, one goal for Wolves, and if City aren't on it, then we could drop points, and that is what we must avoid here. Now, it is about time that City did show up in a match that we're expected to win, be strong for the full 90 minutes with a solid game, and come out and score a few goals and make things happen. We've got no Premier League action for 2 weeks after this, so we want to end this well and put some meaning onto Arsenal against Manchester United later on in the day, which to me makes this a must-win game. We need 3 points. So a big game at the top. It's a big game for Wolves at the bottom too. Like I said, normally I would say it's a free pass for Wolves against City away from home because they'd be expecting to lose. But they're fighting for every point that they need. Halfway through the season, you don't want to find yourself lingering near the relegation zone. It's not as any Premier League team wants to be. So needing some big results, and with Manchester City, you can describe it as a free hit, but it can just be one of them games where if you get a good result, it can be a pivotal turning point in a team's season. And that is what Manchester City need to be careful of and not underestimate Wolves. I don't think we will. I hope we don't anyway. So in terms of team needs for Manchester City, as far as I'm aware, we have everybody good to go, which is brilliant. We did play 3 days ago, so there will be a bit of rotation in the squad. We have the chance to rotate against Arsenal on Friday in the FA Cup if we need to. So I would go with a pretty strong team. I'd be tempted not to change too much up, 2 or 3 changes, and try not to touch the back line as much as what we can. So I'm going to pop up my team prediction now, and I'm going for Ederson to start in goal. I can see Rico Lewis sitting alongside Rodri, and City going with a back 3. Stones has only just come back from injury, so I'd give Diaz the run out here and give him 90 minutes, as Stones had 90 minutes in the last game, and stick with Akanji and Ake. Now, that'll turn opinion. People are saying start Aymeric Laporte, but to me, I feel like City need a pretty settled back line whilst rotating a little bit rather than rotating 2 or 3 positions in the defensive back line. 1 player being rotated, in my opinion, is enough. So in the next game, if Laporte needs minutes, give him 90 minutes against Arsenal. I'd give Diaz the 90 minutes in this game ahead of Stones and Aymeric Laporte. Now in midfield, I've gone for Rodri to start alongside Kevin De Bruyne, giving Gundogan a little rest, and so De Bruyne can try and prove to everybody that he's back, he's fully rested, and he's good to go, and he's going to showcase his capabilities. Because I feel like Kevin De Bruyne always gets asked to attack, create opportunities. I actually feel like De Bruyne is best when he's literally painted a canvas, sitting deep and making things happen. If you sit him alongside Rodri, then that could work wonders, and City to go with that front 4, Mahrez on the right, Grealish on the left, and Alvarez and Haaland starting up top. So rotating a couple of players, but not wholesale changes. Mahrez scored 2 in our last game. Haaland grabbed a goal. Alvarez grabbed a goal. They should be rewarded for scoring goals by starting the next game until they get to a point where either they're not scoring or they ask to have a rest. And that, to me, is what we need to do. We need to have a settled team. Laporte's unlucky to miss out. Foden's unlucky to miss out. We've got loads of games coming up. We've got a very busy February too. So there's lots of opportunities for minutes. But right now, we need a settled team and we need the 3 points. And to me, what the team needs is more important and goes ahead of players needing minutes and wanting starts. So the likes of Foden, Cancelo, Laporte could well miss out. City's bench, though, could be very strong. Could include the likes of Cancelo, Walker, Laporte, Gomez, Gundogan, Phillips, Foden, Bernardo, Stefan, Ortega, Moreno too. That's a very, very strong bench. Very strong indeed. Now, I can see Wolves scoring in this game. So my score prediction, I'm going for 3-1 Manchester City. I'm hoping City will hit their rhythm very quickly. No slow start. Start shooting more. Start creating more. And to me, that second half against Spurs needs to be the benchmark. If we come out with that intensity from the first minute, we can grab 2-3 goals inside the first 30 minutes. It kills the game. And that is what Manchester City can do and need to start doing more of. Now is the time to show spirit and character. And you do feel like that result on Thursday evening could be huge. It could be a massive turning point in the Premier League season for Manchester City. But this game is going to tell me if City are ready to push for the Premier League title, because every time we get a chance to get close to Arsenal, get a bit of pressure onto them, albeit they'll have a game in hand and they've still got to play Manchester United too, but being 2 points behind them psychologically can have an impact against a good team in Manchester United who battered Arsenal at Old Trafford. So that could be a very close game where Arsenal could drop points, and all of a sudden 8 points becomes 2 with them having a game in hand and to play Manchester City twice too. That is what's at stake this weekend. It's a massive Sunday in terms of Premier League football. Now, next up for Manchester City is a match against Arsenal. It's in the FA Cup on Friday. We don't play another Premier League game until February 5th away at Tottenham Hotspur. It's a long time to dwell on a result that's going to be poor for Manchester City if we do not win this game. So this is must win for Wolves. They've got 2 weeks off after this game as they're out of the FA Cup. At home is their next game in 2 weeks' time, taking on Liverpool in what's going to be, you'd suspect, a pretty difficult game. Now, in terms of betting tips for this game, I'm going for Grealish to continue his good form. I think he's going to start in this game, and I'm going to see him continue his good form against Wolves as well, and I'm going for him to work hard and grab a goal anytime. I'm going for both teams to score and Jack Grealish to score anytime. Why not? City not been that strong defensively. Wouldn't surprise me at all if City did end up conceding in this game. I'm just hoping it's not going to be detrimental and we end up dropping points through conceding. Do remember, if you're going to place any bets on any individual players, do wait until the teams have been announced. You don't want to waste any money. Now, speaking of today's video sponsor, BetMate, £300 pot, £3 entry fee, 2 p.m. Sunday Premier League special with City taking on Wolves and Leeds taking on Brentford. Should be a good one. 4 players from each pot, remember. If you do want to join, go and use my link in the description. Download the free BetMate app. Use code JSGZ10 at sign up and get £10 in free bets, and you can join this pot for free and other pots too if you want to go and check them out. £300 pot, £90 for first place, paying up to 30 places. Now, my team for this game, I'm going for Raya in goal of Brentford. I've gone with Ben Mee of Brentford and Ruben Diaz of Manchester City. I've got Rodri and Neves. I think interceptions, tackles, headers won and things are going to score both these players pretty well. So I've gone with Rodri and Neves as my midfielders. And I'm going with Alvarez and Haaland. I could have gone with Grealish, could have gone with Alvarez. I could have gone with Grealish, Alvarez, Haaland, or Mahrez. I've got to pick 2 of that 4 in my opinion, so I must be mad not picking Riyad Mahrez after his really good form, but I want to finish as high as possible, so I'm taking a risk. Alvarez and Haaland. My bench is made up of Meslier, Semedo, Podence and Adama. You do have until 5 minutes before kick-off to alter your teams if you so wish. So if you go into the game and you struggle for a bit of service or connection, then utilising your bench could be the way to go. So no rotation does catch you out. If you can change your team, do change your team accordingly is my recommendation to put yourself in the best position possible to be able to win the pot. So come and join me and have fun on BetMate, and come and join me on the BetMate family. Links and details there in the description. Thank you to BetMate for sponsoring this preview and all of my previews this season. Please do go and check them out. It does help my channel to grow. Remember, £10 in free bets too. Code JSGC10 on sign up. Normal rules do apply. You've got to be 18 or over to join and play, and it is only available to those in the UK. When the fun stops, stop, and do remember to gamble responsibly. Rightio, Manchester City, it's time to show what we're made of. It's a type of game we've been dropping points in recently since November. It's time to end that and focus on a big push in the second half of the season and try and win the Premier League title come May. I will see you tomorrow for my live watch along of this game. We'll be live at 1:30 p.m. GMT. Link out later on tonight for you to go and set your reminders for. So there we go. That has been the video. Thank you for watching. Much appreciated. Subscribe if you're new around here. Social media links, they're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. TikTok link also in the description if you want to go and follow me on there. Leave a thumbs up, 100 likes is the aim. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Do go and check out today's video sponsor, BetMate. Links and details and everything, they're all in the description, and I'll see you all again tomorrow for my live watch along of this game. So I've been JSGC, thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.